Greetings, and welcome to one of the two last live plays of Virtual Horror Con 2022. Hopefully you had a good time, saw some awesome panels, and watched everyone play some amazing games. We are going to be playing Don't Walk in Winterwood tonight. We're going to see who can survive a campfire parable that has no happy ending. But first, let's meet everyone. Players, tell them who you are, who you're playing tonight. We're going to start with Ambrose.
Hey everybody, I'm Ambrose. My pronouns are he or they. You can find me all over the internet as AmChangeling because it me, AmChangeling. You can also find me on Etsy at Thornkind, and tonight I shall be playing Joey Evan. My mouth has rebelled against me. Joey Evans, whose pronouns are also he or they.
Otherwise known as Fishy Goth. Stealer of Fires, you're next.
Hello, my name is Rachel. As Tyler implied, you can find me Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere on the internet, and I will be playing the veterinarian Rosalinda.
Excellent. Kitty.
Hi, everybody. Kitty Kimchi here. Today I am playing Deputy Abigail Adams, she, her.
And last but not least, Savannah.
Hey, I am Savannah. You can find me online as MissMissEmoFox, and tonight I am playing Emily Porter, a one-woman fisherman show.
And I am Tyler, Eldritch Echoes Online. I will be your campfire storyteller tonight. Don't Walk in Winterwood is a very low dice, heavy narrative horror game meant mostly for folklore tales, the kind you hear around the campfire or might see on a creepypasta website. For the audience, you may not be familiar. It's a very, very simple mechanic. There are no character sheets. Everyone just figures out who their character is, what their connections are to the other characters. And you need a single D6, maybe two if you want to use one to track. You have a stat called cold points. It never starts below 1. This sets the difficulty of any roll you have to make. If your cold point rating hits 6, you either go mad or die in the Winterwood. If I need you to roll dice, I will simply say roll for it, and you will roll D6 versus your current cold point value. If you roll higher, you succeed with a positive outcome. If you roll lower, you fail. If you roll equal to, you fail. Every time you are terrified, as determined by negotiation between storyteller and player, anytime I wound you, you gain a cold point. Anytime you find respite mentally, a safe place to rest for a minute, catch your breath, or are treated for physical wounds, you can remove a cold point. That is the entire mechanic of this game. Also, I don't require this, but the style of this game is meant to be told in the third person. So instead of I, you would say my character, because that way it feels more like a tale being told from the third person perspective. Normally, Don't Walk in Winterwood is set in late 17, early 1800s, the era of tricorn caps. But I am moving mine to the modern era for these purposes, just for this story. But the location is left intentionally nebulous. It's just the village on the edge of the Winterwood, because it can fit any of your stories that way. The Winterwood is called that because it is always cold, even in the middle of summer, and always dark. Winterwood is a place of storied myth and legend where you've always heard like the tales of the creepy house at the end of the street. That's Winterwood for all of you. I heard Missy went in there and never came back out. I heard the wolves drag Jack in there 3 winters ago, and that's why he hasn't been back in so long. But no one really knows the truth, and every story of Winterwood ends up with you for some reason having to go in the woods and maybe getting back out, maybe not. For our tale, it will be the ever nebulous now, like our show uses for a lot of cult games and a lot of Solemn Veil games. It's the modern era, but we're not giving it a specific year. You might find anachronisms like cars from the 80s or big funky cell phones. You are all on a unnamed New England fishing island about 60 miles off the Atlantic coast of whichever state fits your headcanon. It's a very remote little island that is 2 crescents connected by a very relatively, I should say, narrow strip of sandbar. The smaller crescent is the village, the town you all live or grew up in, currently live and or grew up in. The larger crescent is Winterwood. in your isolated fishing village. The people are very hardy, very self-sufficient, very much busybodies, and very superstitious, much like actual isolated New England fishing islands. Any of you who have seen any recent movies or TV shows can feel the vibe here. This is much like Haven or Midnight Mass. So let's hear a little bit about Joey Evans. Is Joey Evans a native of the island? What's he do? What's their job?
Let's see. Family's been there for generations. It's one of the reasons that they're interested in being the historian for the island. Just accumulating that knowledge through anecdotes and artifacts. And, you know, if I could just find that one stolen, what was it? Paper?
County historical record.
Yeah, that. If I could find who stole that, I'd be real happy.
So during the course of the adventure, the other players can know to fall back on Joey if maybe a bit of lore or history or local knowledge will save the day. Rosalinda, tell us about you.
Yeah, so I feel like Rosalinda was born on the island, left when she went to veterinary school, ended up going to school in the city, decided she hated the city, and was very happy to come home after she graduated. I have stitched up Deputy Abigail several times and delivered puppies for Emily Porter. And Joey Evans likes constantly talking about like all my deep family ties to the island. And I suppose like my character gets a little frustrated when I hear the same story over and over again, but it's cool to hear new stuff.
Deputy Adams, tell us about yourself.
Deputy Adams grew up on the island. Her father is the sheriff, so people always thought to herself, huh? So that's how she got this job because she can't shoot straight for shit. She's always somehow injured, and she goes to the local veterinarian just because she hates waiting in a in the emergency room. So I don't have time for that shit. And she also has a on and off again relationship with Emily.
And Emily, tell us about yourself.
So Emily is a native of the island. She's around 30 years old. She went off to college to the mainland, had a very successful life there, but her father passed away a couple years ago and left her the boat. And Emily is nothing but loyal. So she came back to take over the family business, do the fisherman thing. Abigail is Emily's high school sweetheart. But they still just can't quite figure things out. So they're on again, off again. She gives Joey rides to the mainland when he misses the ferry, which is fairly often. And as Rosalinda said, she delivered Emily's dog's puppies.
Excellent. The village has approximately 500-ish residents. Not all in the village, but all within that part of the Double Crescent Island. You've got a very small town office. There isn't really a mayor, but there is a council. You've got an overly large Methodist church with a very nice older gentleman who runs the place, who is very caring, considerate, but a very overbearing and unpleasant lady that helps him run the place, who's definitely full of herself and thinks she's the most pious person on the island. The sheriff's department consists of the deputy and the sheriff. And the biggest crime that happens is the deputy going to rescue lost animals and start breaking up drunken fights, which usually result in some glass cutting her eventually in one way or another all the time. The sheriff is also a very pleasant person who prefers nonviolent solutions to all problems. A refreshing change from most things. Those in that profession. He has been on the island for 20 years. The historical office consists of Joey and Joey's part-time secretary who works 5 hours a week. The vet's office is also the clinic because the hospital's on the mainland. The clinic and the vet's office are separated by 2 different desks and a cardboard divider. Rosalinda is at both desks because Rosalinda is the vet and the physician's assistant of this island. And also the pharmacist. You do have a technician who helps you though, who's a nurse. There are some stores. There's a lawyer on the island. A lot of boat repair mechanics around, a lot of fishermen, and anything related to keeping houses intact, weathering storms, fixing broken mechanical things. That's really all there is. There's a couple diners. It's like 5 bars because what else is there to do? And 1 old movie theater. The movie is from 6 months ago. It just arrived on the island. It's got 2 screens though. Well, that's nice. There's also a middle school / high school that has all of 50 kids across the whole thing, and 2 teachers and 1 principal. It is of course fall. All of my horror one-shots take place in fall, which means it's almost time for the fall festival. One thing that this little remote village on an island does well is events and festivals to keep everyone's spirits up and to unite the community because you rely on your neighbors out here this far from the mainland. There is one every season, sometimes 2 a quarter. This is the second one for the fall. The first happens in September when Labor Day is celebrated. It's not quite Halloween. It's somewhere between Halloween and the beginning of October when this festival is done. But it is a 3-day shindig where everyone will get super hammered and enjoy lots of food and good company. And maybe some fireworks. And also lots of candy apples and hay rides and other assorted good old-fashioned New England style fall entertainment. Corn maze. So the festival is in 2 days and everyone in town always pitches in to help however they can. The 4 of you find yourselves together on this particular Thursday because the very unpleasant and overbearing lady who helps run the church is also one of the best cooks on the island. And she requires very specific ingredients for some of her potluck dishes that everyone demands at the festivals. And for this particular festival, she needs shiitake mushrooms, which only grow in Winterwood. And everyone on the island was like hard pass. So eventually the town council said, we'll draw lots. And that's what everyone on the island always does when it comes down to having to go in those damn woods. It's easy to get lost. It's always cold. If you believe the rumors, it's haunted. And you all drew the short straws. This is at the end of said town hall meeting on a Thursday evening. You have until 5 p.m. Saturday to deliver what you need. So the meeting is still in effect. You just all found out you 4 drew the short straws. There's like 300 people in here. Most of the island showed up. And everyone's like doing the old, ooh, sucks to be you when the scene opens. And the scene is yours.
Can I ask one question that I think is kind of important? I think
Mhm.
Abigail and Emily need to decide if it's an on or off weekend.
It might matter a lot. Yeah. Are you currently neutral, fighting, or together?
Well, I was just gonna make it seem like Emily just came back.
Okay.
Okay.
Neutral.
I like
Fighting
it.
would have been good drama, but I'll take.
I don't know. We might fight. Who knows? Emily looks at you know, meeting eyes with each person who's drawn the short stick. She kind of looks at it. Well, that's a
Emily.
welcome home. Hi.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Would have been nice to know that you were coming back. Yeah.
It wasn't exactly planned.
I mean, did you just leave with a note and your mom's lemon bars?
Oh,
Good
Abigail.
lemon bar. All right, let's break into dice. I'm going to ask the first yes or no question. Have any of you ever been in Winterwood? Roll your d6s.
Pass.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, we're going to begin from the other end with Emily. Yes, you have. You went in there once with your father. You don't really remember anything about it except him running out with you, terrified. He never talked about it again. You were very small. We'll say 4. You have no memory of the event itself whatsoever. Deputy Adams, we'll say yes. You went in there with a different high school girlfriend or boyfriend on a dare. You made it 50 yards into the woods. There were a lot of scary noise. You ran out. Your partner told you were chicken and said they'd stay in. No one ever saw them again. They never even found the body, but people said it was the wolves because there's wolves in winter woods. That's why you never go in alone. Rosalinda, you have been in the woods. The bleating of a young deer in pain drew you in because that's the kind of thing that draws Rosalinda in. You never found the deer, but it kept trying to draw you deeper and deeper into the woods. Eventually, you're like, nope, this is a big nope, and you outed. You noped out. Joey, you've never been in the woods because you chicken shit of them. You've read all the stories.
So I feel that Rosalinda will respond to being informed of, hey, you're going in the woods by going and getting one of her dogs. She's gonna bring one of her dogs with her.
Okay,
Big
feel free
German
to
Shepherd mix.
give me the breed too.
Oh, look at that
FYI,
little puppy.
FYI, no dogs will be harmed in this show, but it might run away.
That's fair. Yeah, like probably a German Shepherd mix. We don't do like purebred on this island because sometimes dogs just have puppies.
Yep. Not a lot of fences on this island. So, the meeting continues. Do you all just stick around and wait, the other 3 of you, or do you take off like Rosalinda did? They're talking about normal small town business.
I'm also
I
gonna
follow
get
behind
some.
Rosalinda.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also gonna get some like basic survival gear, like a flashlight, a penknife, maybe some granola bars, bottle of water.
Okay. You would assume, unless you're wildly superstitious, that you'll probably only be in there for, a day, a work shift. Why would you be in there longer?
Emily kind of sticks around maybe for about 10, 15 more minutes, see if anything important comes up. And then I'm assuming everything is closed because in that type of town, everyone would be at the town meeting.
Yep. And the town meeting takes place at 7 p.m. Who keeps their store open after 6? Only the taverns and the restaurant.
Yeah, but I'm assuming the
packaged
tavern
liquor.
would be closed.
During the meeting, yes.
Yeah. Emily will then just head back to her boat and has a random brown bag of liquor, and she sits at the top of her boat overlooking the ocean.
And Joey, do you stick around?
Yes, anything to postpone the inevitable.
Okay. I'm going to start with Rosalinda. You get back to your vet's office. And all three, because you currently have 3 kenneled dogs, and the 2 kenneled cats are going mad, like whining and crying and smacking into the sides of the cages like something terrified them or freaked them out. Cats are caterwauling, hissing. It's chaos.
I will attempt to calm them down as best I can.
Okay. Roll a d6. Let's see if you calm them down, yes or no.
If not, they're going in the K-hole. I rolled a 3.
How do you successfully calm them all down?
Like normally how you would calm an animal down, soothe them, give them pets and treats and toys, and talk to them in like a very calm, even tone, like, "Oh, it's okay, buddy. What's wrong?"
Okay. The German Shepherd is actually the hardest one to calm down and resists you. When you try to, is it him or her?
Let's go with the girl dog.
When you try to coax her out of the cage, which you eventually successfully do. It's very off-putting, though. It's like they know. It's weird. Deputy Adams, you arrive back. Are you going to your house or to the station?
I'm going to my house.
You arrive to your house, and when you get there, sitting out front is the sheriff's pickup. And he's on your porch in your swing, like he's waiting for you.
Sheriff,
Deputy. He stands up. He looks super serious. I hear you're going after mushrooms in the woods.
yeah, I'm kind of worried about that because of what happened to Jacob.
And just remember, you're not going in there to go looking for some kid who disappeared 30 years ago. Well, how old is your character appear to be?
30.
15 years ago. And also not any current missing persons. Just do what you have to do and come back. We leave those kinds of things to the Fish and Wildlife Service. Also, you should take this. And he hands you a duffel bag.
Thank you.
When you grab a hold of the handle, he doesn't let go for a second, makes eye contact and says, "Be careful," then lets go of the bag and walks off. The bag is pretty heavy and the distinct clack of metal on metal.
I looked through it.
A riot shotgun, a rifle, 2 handguns, and a bunch of ammo.
They should do it.
Emily, before you can leave the meeting, when it's adjourned, the vicar walks up to you. Emily grabs your hand, shakes it warmly, pats your shoulder. "It's so good to have you back. Are you doing okay? Do you need anything? I'm so sorry to hear about your father passing."
She gives a half-hearted smile. She does not get along with the vicar. I'm headcanon is the vicar is the same one that was here when Emily would have been a child.
Yes.
He's old as fucking dirt.
Yes.
There's like a half-hearted smile from Emily. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for your condolences.
Well, if you ever need to talk, my doors are always open, and it would be lovely to see you in service. Your mother was a regular, you know.
Yeah? Yeah, she always let the good Lord solve all her problems.
She had a lovely voice. He does provide to those who are faithful.
Yep,
Uh,
just
he
not
pats
this
your
old
hand
mom.
and says, "Yep, he always provides to those who have faith." Locks eyes for a minute, then leaves. You look down. He left a crucifix in your hand, pure silver.
Um, Under her breath when like he walked away, she said, "Just not to the salty dogs." Um, she kind of like looks at it, knows it would be rude to just throw it in the trash can, so she just kind of like drops it in her pocket, um, and then heads her way to the boat because she doesn't actually have any place to live. So she has just like converted the boat into a living and workspace.
Mm, it's a good smell to rock you to sleep every night.
Yep.
Dead fish and seagull poop. Joey, before you can escape, the rather unpleasant lady you're gathering ingredients for comes up to you. Ah, yes, Mr. Evans. So good to see you. Prim, proper, clipped voice. Looks you up and down. Although, it could be more pleasant to see you if you would take that nonsense off and dress like a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
However,
You were saying
is that a real cigarette for in character or
it's
vape?
a pen. Oh,
I know
in
what it is
character.
for you. Yeah, in character.
It's let's go full emo. It's a vape.
It's a vape. Okay. What's the flavor?
Uh, I don't know. Someone toss out a flavor.
Whoa.
Okay,
Oh
that's
no.
wow. Okay.
It's also the reason Emily has to take Joey to the mainland all the time because that's the only place he can get his vape juice.
That's so
Mm.
good.
That's the thing I forgot to mention. The ferry runs twice a day, once at 7 a.m., back at 7 p.m. Miss it? Not leaving that day unless you bribe someone like Emily to take you to the mainland. Okay. She wrinkles her nose. Yes, yes, you could be quite the stunning gentleman if you had better habits. Do you know what kind of
Um,
mushrooms I'm looking for?
Yeah, you're looking for shiitake mushrooms.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Good, good. Just wanted to make sure. Now, I will need 4 dozen. You should write
So
that down so you don't forget.
that's a lot of mushrooms.
There's a lot of people to feed at this event. You should know that. I know your memory can be hazy, though, because of the substances you put in your body. Disapproving Arbor Arch.
What?
You should write that down. She stands waiting expectantly.
He pulls out a Sharpie and writes it on his hand.
She clucks, but doesn't say anything.
Look,
She
if you
says, good,
don't
good,
like the way that I do this, find someone else.
good, good. Oh, trust me, child, if I was in charge, I would have. Saturday by 5. Please don't be late, or you will let down the entire village. Again. Turns to leave and then stops like she remembered something, turns back and a fake compassionate smile. You know, I remember the last historian fondly. Now, she was definitely a prim and proper lady. Those days are gone, though. Turns on her heel and leaves.
Gone like your personality.
Somebody nearby snickers that overheard your conversation. It is now up to the 4 of you to coordinate how you would like to meet up and your plan to head into the woods. Or if there's anything else you want to do in town.
I will form a group chat and coordinate from there, saying I'm just wrapping up some stuff at the office, but after that, I'm ready to go.
Okay. So you're leaving your tech in charge. Your tech is a young teenage girl from the island. Big glasses, curly poof hair, nervous all the time, drops things a lot. But how long are you going to be gone? A whole work shift. I don't know. I don't even know what to schedule to feed the animals in, Miss Rosalinda.
Oh, the cats will let you know.
And what if one of the dogs gets loose when I try to take them out? And the paperwork. I would barely know
This-
how to run the register.
There's really not many places the dog could go.
What if someone comes in that's actually sick? Starts hyperventilating a little.
It's okay. It's okay. You've got this.
Roll a d6. See how much you can reassure your staff assistant.
3.
You manage to convince her that she can handle one shift without you in the double office. Please hurry back. Don't disappear.
I'll be fine.
Before you leave, she hooks one of her good luck charms, because she has a massive collection of charms on a bracelet, to the collar of your German Shepherd, kisses him on the head and says, "To make sure you come back too," kisses her on the head. "To make sure you come back too," insert dog name here.
Oh, what's a good dog name?
For a lady German Shepherd.
Mitzi.
Biscuit.
Biscuit it is.
Patsy. Biscuit. Really?
To make sure you come back too. Biscuit scratches the ears. Biscuit does the German Shepherd head tilt.
I subscribe to the Chris Sims theorem that the best dog names are food.
Hit the wrong button. Okay. Deputy Adams, the sheriff has already seen you off, so you're good. Emily, you don't have any employees, so you're good. Joey, what are you gonna do about the history office? A day with the office closed? The horror. No one has come into your office in like 5 days. You're in the government building and there's like 5 rooms, and like you're on the end. Main entrance is here. And like busy room, kind of busy room, empty, empty, empty.
He's gonna scribble a note that says, "Off doing shrooms. Be back tomorrow." Just for the shock value.
All right. The scene belongs to the 4 of you. It is now the next morning, 9 a.m. Meeting on the New England fishing island, you've probably all been up for 90 minutes at least. Joey's a rebel though, so he probably slept in till like 8:30. Like that's really late.
No.
That wasted
This
half the day.
this is what happens. Okay. So he gets up on time. He gets showered, dressed, gets distracted by the latest historical discovery. And by latest, it probably happened like 5 months ago on the island. Completely lost track of time, looks back up at the clock, and 30 minutes past the time he was supposed to leave have gone by.
Brilliant.
Fuck.
That's also when all 4 of you realize no one arranged a place to meet up. But everybody goes to Molly's for breakfast. That's the name of one of the 2 restaurants. Jack's Diner and Molly's. Run by Jack and Molly.
Who knew? So Emily has gotten in good with the paper boy. So the paper
Okay.
boy actually delivers her a cup of coffee every morning. from Jack's. She doesn't actually like Molly's food. She's always preferred Jack's. So she gets a cup of coffee from Jack's in the morning, delivered by the paper boy along with the newspaper. And like she over tips him because she still has a lot of money left over. She's just kind of a fisherman by family proxy, not because it actually suits her.
Okay. Do any of you go to Molly's thinking, maybe I'll find the people I need there? If not, I mean, it wouldn't be too much work to figure out where they are or call.
I mean,
Everyone-
I'm going for some eggs and bacon.
Okay. And Joey, what about the deputy?
She's at Molly's having oatmeal.
So when you walk in, Rosalinda, you see the deputy. You don't see Emily or Joey.
I will send a text message to the group chat telling them where we are and that we will they should meet us here.
You know, their coffee is really good here. I always get the coconut milk with the organic sugar. And then
What Joey
they
doesn't
do the
know is Joey asked for all that, but they just give him sugar and milk because nobody has that nonsense on this island.
you can dream, okay?
They tell you that that's what's in it because they like you.
Emily gets the text message, sits up, gets off the boat with her Jack's cup of coffee, and walks probably like the half block that it is from the dock down to the restaurant.
Yeah, at most it's a quarter mile. Yeah. Okay. Emily shows up after Rosalinda and the deputy. Are you at the same table, the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, I would have asked the deputy if I could join her.
Emily will show up next. If Rosalinda and Deputy Adams want to RP small talk, they can. If not, we can wait until Emily shows up or until all four of you show up. It's up to the players. Joey will be last because he lost track of time. No takers means all four of you are now at the table. Deputy Adams, you've been here for an hour.
Emily would have pulled up a chair and sat down, striker style.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Joey and Emily both sit like Commander Riker. Brilliant.
So he decides to be extra and drag it across the floor. So it's like goes up, sits the same way.
Is this your only form of entertainment?
Maybe.
Hi, Jojo.
No.
Sips her cup of coffee.
Coffee sounds really good.
So
Wait, roll D6 and tell me pass fail.
Me or Emily?
Joey.
Oh shit. I'm scared. I got 2, which was
Pass.
okay.
You remembered a new thing you forgot to tell Rosalinda that you discovered about her great grandfather Bob. A lot of Bobs in her family tree. Roberts, Robbies.
Oh my god, Rosalinda. So I found out this really neat thing about your great grandfather. His name is
He was a
Bob.
pirate. That's why he came to America.
He was a fucking pirate.
No
You hear a
So
gasp.
shit.
jealous.
You hear a gasp and a tisk from a few tables over where the church lady is. Carry on.
No shit.
So-
Tell me more.
So he actually was escaping from the Royal British Navy and went down to the Caribbean, but like it's hot down there and stuff. And yeah, he sailed all the way up here, and supposedly there's like buried treasure on some weird Oak Island somewhere, but yeah, might be treasure here. I don't know.
That's
You have a lot of
badass.
like Roberts in your family. I
I'll,
hear that they called him Bob the Cryptid. Yeah, that was.
Did he know Blackbeard?
Yeah, Blackbeard, Redbeard, Bluebeard, Graybeard, and Brownbeard too. Like all the beards. All the
salt and
beards.
pepper beard.
Yeah.
Minor correction. It's a Lutheran, not Methodist church. My bad. It's going to matter in a second. That's about the time in the middle of your regaling when one of the other fisherman families walks by and says, "Oh, Emily, you're back in town." And I see you're already back at the table with Abigail. You guys banging again or what? Slaps his buddy on the shoulder. They laugh. The church lady tisks again and says, "Such sinful behavior."
No fucking
Want
way.
your mushrooms
Where?
or not?
What'd you say, Emily?
I
Sorry?
said, do you want your mushrooms or not?
I can wash them when you deliver them so they're clean.
Oh, I'll make sure they're extra sinful for your washing.
Oh no, I
Emily,
accidentally peed
at
on
the-
the mushrooms.
Emily, while Joey was telling the tale, actually like pulled down her beanie and was like trying to nap. Okay, guys. It's getting late, which is something Savannah would never say at like fucking 9 a.m. But it's getting late in the day. I don't want to be in the woods past dark. So, we doing this thing?
No time like the present.
I'd like to make it the past, please. Have you even read about the stuff that happens in the woods? Like, why are you not as worried?
I was a Girl Scout.
Yeah, me too. And
I got. It's just woods.
yeah, okay. You tell me that later when the things are coming after us and the wolves are eating out Deputy Abigail's intestines and the goblin looking things are picking the
Look,
jam from between Emily's
It's-
toes.
it's just
Hey,
woods.
why am I the one that gets eaten?
I don't know.
Look, and people like to think that where they live is special and it's magical, and so they come up with cryptids or things in the woods. It's just woods.
You know, you'd think that. Hey, did you know about your great grandma who once like
Joey, we don't have time. We're walking.
But-
If you want to tell your story, walk and talk.
oh
No.
fine.
Fun side note. The Sandbar Road is 5 miles long to get from Crescent A to Crescent B of the island. Are you going to walk or are you going to somebody got a ride? And if so, who's the ride and what is it?
What was the question? Repeat that, please.
It is 5 miles down the road just to get to the edge of Winterwood from here. You could walk or you could ride. If so, who's providing the ride and what is it?
A Vespa.
I feel like
Alright.
I probably moonlight as animal control. So I've got the animal control truck.
How many jobs do you have?
All of them. All of the jobs.
You also work in the general store.
Probably not, but it's like, there's a possum under the baseboard. Go call Rosalind to come get it.
So that would make this a 26 Ford. What are those? F-150 probably.
Yeah, probably
It has a bucket
250.
seat in the front, meaning one of you gets to ride in the back with the cages.
Kind of into that though.
They're currently empty.
I'll ride in the back unless Joey really wants to like put his kink on full display.
Whoever rides in the back gets to ride with Biscuit.
Biscuit.
I love
ride
the
in the
picture
back
that you
with
posted
Biscuit.
for the toy car.
You're welcome. I thought you'd appreciate that. On this island, it's actually more like this.
Think I'm just gonna ride my Vespa and follow the truck.
I
Okay. Hold on.
Is a black
Yeah, that's a good one.
Vespa.
That's a good one.
Matte
No.
black.
I found it. I got you. I found it. That's it.
It's got little flames coming off the wheels.
That's not what I was laughing about, though. What I'm laughing about is it's a dirt road 5 miles long to Winterwood. So you're riding your Vespa the whole way. You don't feel real great after you get there at the end of the 5 miles.
No, I pictured. God, I just pictured putting like outdoors wheels on this thing, the outdoors tires. So
Oh, absolutely. It's got dirt bike wheels on it.
Oh, too good.
Okay. Joey, what did you bring with you?
Sorry, getting used to the character name. Let's see. All the things that the folklore say keep the scary things away.
All of them?
Most of them.
Okay.
Like, obviously, if there's a suit of armor, I'm not bringing that.
You have a backpack full of trinkets and liquids. We'll go with that.
Fantastic.
We know what Rosalinda brought. What did the deputy bring besides the bag of guns? If you brought that at all, you don't have to. Seems like overkill, but you know.
I brought the bag, but I also brought some dog treats.
Okay. And what did Emily bring?
Emily has like an old knapsack that is currently has a bottle of water, a couple of like protein bars, a survival knife, and she probably always has like a mini like fishing kit, so she has like fishing line, hooks, bobbers, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't. And like whatever she thought she would need to harvest shiitake mushrooms. All
Okay.
4 dozen of them.
So, Emily actually brings, I'm going to call them gardening implements, the things necessary to remove mushrooms from the ground without destroying them, and some baskets, which is good. Now, one more pass to make sure you've listed everything you want to have on your person, because once you head into the woods, that's all you have. Besides your clothes. I'll give an example. If Joey doesn't remember that Joey needs to bring his vape, he's going to be jonesing real fast.
The vape and spare juice.
Okay. Anything else from anyone else?
Oh, you know what? Emily probably also has like a head flashlight because it's always dark in winter woods. So she has a head
It is.
flashlight.
It's dark and cold all the time.
So she always has her flannel, and her beanie. So she's as wintry as she's gonna get probably. She's probably pretty hardy from the
Yeah.
being on the sea.
You're New Englanders.
Yeah. So yeah, but she has a head flashlight. And probably like a mini first aid kit because hooks are a bitch sometimes.
Okay. Good call. Yeah, you all, I will say, have cold fall appropriate gear. If you want better than that, you have to specify, but you're all 3 daughters and 1 son of the ocean. You're all secretly Selkies, so you can handle some weather.
Yeah, I posted in the Discord. I've got a backpack with a flashlight, some water bottles, granola bars, and a small first aid kit.
Perfect. That's 2 of those. Good. Carabiners, okay.
I put an emo electric lantern because like why would you get a flashlight when you can have like a lantern, reusable water bottle because we're eco-friendly. It's got all sorts of skull stickers on it and everything. Beef jerky and an obscene amount of carabiners for no apparent reason.
2 more questions for each of you. 1, tell me about your hands. 2, tell me your shoe situation, starting with Joey.
Obviously, like black combat boots. Duh.
For fashion or for real?
Both.
Glorious. So these are actual tactical boots. What about your hands?
Well, going out into the woods and more than likely it is extremely cold. So gloves.
What kind? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Finger gloves, full gloves, leather gloves, winter gloves, gardening gloves.
full gloves that are kind of slightly tactical looking. Like I've got a pair
They're like the
myself, my
ones I have in real
personally.
life. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wonder where
They
I put
are.
those anyway. Sorry.
Rosalinda, what about your boots and hands?
Gloves. She's got probably a nice pair of REI going outside gloves
Mhm.
and some hiking boots that are fairly well broken in.
Quality or Walmart?
Um, pretty good quality.
Okay. Deputy.
Leather gloves and boots that she got from the station.
Okay, so you have tactical gear. Good. Emily.
Emily has some steel-toed boots for working on the boat that has like really
Are these the really hardy galoshes that fisher people wear? Like they're actually like tactical boots that are also rubber and waterproof, go all the way up to your knee almost.
probably.
Okay.
And she also has like the waterproof fishing gloves.
Okay. If they're the kind that you can grab fish with, that also means they're pretty thick because scales can cut the shit out of you. My brother can tell you all about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She had.
The scene now belongs to you as you pull up to the edge of the woods. It was a nice fall day, partly cloudy, nice breeze, cold, but a pleasant cold. Salt at the air. The ocean is calm, smells wonderful. But the sounds of the gulls and the other assorted birds and the rustling in the bushes of the island wildlife slowly fades to nothing as you approach the edge of the woods, which just kind of super thick Tree to tree, super thick canopy, no real paths. Very ominous. Very dark.
Rosalind is on her phone, and then says, "All right. According to Google, shiitake mushrooms grow in decaying trees, like chestnut and maple. So that's probably what we should be looking for."
Glad you reminded me of that. You have the article open on your phone, but that's the last article you'll be opening because the signal died 2.5 miles into the sandbar. It only works in town because the cell tower is 6 feet tall.
Okay.
But anything saved on your phone works fine. You just can't call out or anything.
Sounds good.
Of course. Sorry, that was it.
Does Rosalinda just march inside?
I mean, no point in delaying.
You march through. The second you break the tree line, it's like the barometer drops, crushing pressure. Like pushes in on your ears, not the ringing in your ears, the opposite. Like descending in a plane. And everything feels ominous, and the light level visibly drops, and it's very silent in here.
A little spooky, but I kind of like it.
Who follows?
Oh, Emily's right behind Rachel, Rosalinda.
Emily walks in, Rosalinda turns to face. The ground is littered in leaves and pine needles. And so the crunch should be enormous, but it's not. It's muted. You both notice. Like sound is absorbed in here by, I'm sure it's just the thick canopy. Who's next?
My character's going to be all the way in the back with her gun pointed out.
Which one? Shotgun, rifle, handgun?
Handgun.
Okay. The deputy looks at you, Joey, as if to say, go.
Can't we like just tell her that we couldn't find any and not?
Deputy, you're the only one not in the woods yet who would hear him say that, and you would know she will never let you live that down and will harp on you about that for a year. She's annoying enough as it is.
It's
Plus,
just mushrooms.
you really want some of that mushroom pie she's gonna make with this. It's amazing. That's why people put up with her. It's like a quiche, but mushrooms and amazing.
I just fine. And he will walk into the woods.
The deputy follows in last as you are all taken in by the drop in pressure, the ominous feeling, the loss of light, and the muted sounds. You look around. Fir trees and pine everywhere, and spruce, blue and green, and a lot of extremely colorful variety of other New England deciduous trees, the kind that the leaves change on. Not full barren yet because you're only halfway through October. You're actually at prime color. It is quite beautiful, even though it's a little bit creepy in here. But it's just trees and ferns and a complete ground cover of moss and pine needles and dead leaves. What you can do. And the woods stretch out east, west, and north as far as you can see. There's about 40 square miles of woods.
I guess just pick a direction and start walking.
Who would like to do that? Rosalinda, you're going to lead the way.
Sure.
Okay. Roll a d6. Tell me pass, fail.
Oh,
Whatever
Do you
goodness.
pick the right way? Yes or no?
Whatever we do, we shouldn't separate.
6.
Pass. Okay. You follow your nose towards what you presume is the scent of decaying plant life. What are you doing while you wander through the woods, which grow ever creepier, and that sensation of prickling up the back of your neck increases?
I mean, I'm walking Biscuit.
Biscuit's ears are all the way up, and he's snapping his head around in like a low growl at almost all times.
Oh,
Hers, sorry.
Biscuit. It's okay.
Dogs sense things.
Oh, she's always been skittish.
Hmm.
And that's when you hear a dramatic snap from behind you.
I will look behind me.
What's the deputy do? Who's bringing up the rear with a loaded gun?
He shoots in the direction of the noise.
Deputy is very jumpy, and you turn around in time, Rosalinda, to see the deputy whip around and shoot into the trees twice. Pop, pop. But there's nothing there.
You okay?
Why do you have a gun?
Are we going to shoot the mushrooms?
You really want to sit here and ask me questions right now?
Look,
I
deputy.
didn't see you asking me about Shelly.
Fuck is Shelly?
Shelly, the English bulldog you just abandoned with me, the one that could only speak Spanish.
Oh God.
I thought it was funny in high school when I taught.
Here they go again. I will walk away from that.
Hysterical.
I'm
I
just
could have
gonna,
taught her Japanese.
I'm gonna
I don't
grab
know.
Joey's
I'm
hand
in.
and start walking.
I think we should with but she has a gun in case something comes after us.
We're just distancing ourselves from the emotional fallout of them two.
And that's when you hear a terrifying sound. It's half animal, half human, screaming in pain or rage. You can't tell. Echo from the forest from the direction Rosalinda's been leading you.
I will pick up the pace because something sounds hurt.
No,
following
Love it.
Rosalinda. No, that's a this is a bad
Rosalinda, you
idea.
don't go towards the creepy noises.
This bad
Emily
idea.
yells after Rosalinda, but she kind of like just looks around and sees if there's any like stumps or fallen logs that she can rummage in to make some progress on this mushroom venture.
Not yet. Who follows Rosalinda? Or does she go alone?
Joey's being dragged.
You could resist.
I mean, yeah, if he resists, Rosalinda lets him go.
I'm trying to set because for the story, it's funnier if he doesn't. But
That's fine.
IRL, I'd be like, no.
But the deputy.
She's just yelling after JoJo and just JoJo, just falling after.
Okay.
It's not JoJo. It's Joey.
Emily, D6, pass fail.
Pass.
Okay. Do you stay within visual sight of the party? Yes. You do not get far enough ahead to separate the group. Rosalinda, pass fail.
Oh goodness. Another 6.
You also do not get far enough ahead to leave everyone behind except Joey. You're strung out now. You're still within sight. Everyone but Rosalinda, please add 1 cold point because you're scared of that noise. Rosalinda assumes it's a fox or something.
Yeah, like
for now.
yeah, she assumes an animal like just like fell into a trap or something and needs to be rescued.
Hmm.
She's a vet. She likes the little fuzzies.
Emily, pass fail again. Do you find any shiitake mushrooms?
Pass.
Yes, you have 1/2 a dozen.
Haha.
You found 6. Okay. Rosalinda, the cry echoes again, but it's still just as far ahead of you as it was when you started, as if it's moving. This seems familiar. You keep following it, like the last
I-
time you were here.
I do.
Okay. Joey, do you resist at this point? As you realize, is this thing hurting us?
Rosalinda, I really think that we should stop and just take a minute and remember that we're here for the shrooms. We're not here for weird things that make strange noises in
I
the
can't just
woods.
do nothing if something's hurt. That thing sounded like it was in pain.
Okay, but did it though?
Yes, it did.
Are you sure?
Yes, I know what animals in pain sound like.
Because
I
like,
promise. It's kind of a
it's-
professional skill.
maybe it just has gas.
Look, you can go if you want, but I'm gonna try and help if I can.
Um, Look, I know about the things that live in these woods, so I don't I
Look, the island is too small to have any of the big predators. There are no wolves or bears here. The biggest thing we're gonna get is foxes and maybe some badgers.
okay, but like, have you seen what badgers can do to a person?
Well, it's a good thing we've got thumbs.
And that's when you stumble into a clearing. Trigger warning for anyone, animal remains. You stumble into a clearing rife with mushrooms. They're everywhere. All sorts. There's rotten wood that has collapsed here. It's like a bunch of trees fell over. It's really weird because it's almost in a circle. But this is New England. Tornado could have dropped down just low enough to wreck this one spot and then bounced back up. It does happen. But yeah, it's a circle of several trees that have fallen and collapsed in one spot, all of which are rotting away nicely. It's maybe 50 feet on the side. It's just covered in undergrowth, overgrowth, and mushrooms of all sorts.
Uh, I will call out over my shoulder. Abby, Emily, we found the mushrooms.
And I come to where she is, but I'm still holding my gun because if anything makes a noise, I'm shooting.
Don't make a noise.
um, Emily comes up from behind and kind of like looks over. She probably had a nightmare last night, remembering like the stuff with her dad. Um, she kind of like looks over at the clarion and stuff like that. Like I get it. Like there's trees and stuff like that, but that seems like an obscene amount of mushrooms.
Cycle of life. Mushrooms grow where things die.
Um, she'll look through a couple of patches of mushrooms before she actually starts picking any. Seeing if there's like anything going on.
Can you tell what kinds of mushrooms these are? I don't know. Pass, fail.
Pass.
You are able to identify some of these are dangerous. You could tell your friends so that you only pick the ones you should be touching.
So no Amanita is gonna sneak into the basket.
Correct.
Looks over at the rest of the group. Some of these are poisonous, so make sure like she like holds up the basket that of the 6 mushrooms she's already picked. Make sure they only look like this.
Definitely don't pick the ones that look like dicks.
Or the ones that are all white.
You all
Jenny,
begin
like,
collecting.
I think that we should get one of the ones that, make you see things and then
Oh,
give
those are
it
here.
to our mushroom woman back at
We
You
are
don't think
not
she's gonna
going
know
to
what her
non-consensually
look like?
dose our neighbors.
Joey, pass, fail. Do you know what those look like?
well, let's find out. Pass.
You do. And because I haven't asked her to roll in a while, Deputy Adams, pass, fail. Roll to see if you know what that means that these are here.
My internet was just messing up. I couldn't hear what you just said.
Rolled pass, fail to see if you know what it means that there are shrooms here. It's like psilocybin mushrooms.
I passed.
That means either the intestinal offal of something that died recently is here, or scat of some sort is here, because that's what's required for those to grow. They don't grow in dead trees. They grow in dead things or poop.
I will continue. So Rosalind got distracted by the mushrooms. So if she doesn't hear that sound anymore, she will continue harvesting mushrooms.
Okay. Because the internet froze for a second, we will just assume the deputy warned everyone there's something dead here. not a tree. Rosalind
my
digs
God.
in. What about Joey, the deputy, and Emily?
I wonder if this is one of the old burial grounds when the first settlers were here, because this island was totally empty. No one would go on this island except for us crazy ass white people.
That wouldn't be fertilizer material, Joey. They would be bones.
Okay, I don't give a damn what they fertilize the soil with. I give a shit. Yeah, dead things are here. We don't need to be.
I mean,
Look,
things die.
it's Emily's right. It's a forest. Things die in the woods, and then they grow mushrooms.
And people go missing here.
Interestingly, Joey, while this debate is happening, you do notice that the land does kind of turn into like a mound shape here.
Look, you see the shape of this lake? It's like a mound. Okay. So could be one of the dead people mounds.
Could be a first
Look.
people's actual burial mound,
That's possible.
but that wouldn't grow side by side.
Well, yeah, but they would have died a long time ago. Like mushrooms grow out of the freshly dead.
Unless it's like, so like maybe it's not where dead people are. Maybe it's like one of the like Irish fairy mounds. And there's like,
Don't those grow in rings? It's all kind of chaotic here.
That is true. There are no perfect rings.
I guess they didn't like it because they didn't put a ring on it.
Emily just wants to pick another. She just wants to pick the damn shiitake mushrooms and get the fuck out of here. It's awkward enough being here with her ex.
All right, Emily, you start collecting mushrooms. And of course, Rosalinda is collecting mushrooms. You're up to 12.5. Joey and the deputy are like, I'm not going in that clearing.
We're gonna piss something off. We're gonna make something
Yeah,
like really
me.
mad.
Pick some fucking mushrooms, Joey, so we can go home.
Ugh. But like, we could go home right now.
Or you could just pick some, because we're already up to 18. And we could go home. You were all gung-ho that you wanted some fucking shrooms, so
Well, okay, but that was just to like mess with the mushroom pie lady.
Uh-huh.
It's okay, Rosalinda. You don't hear this conversation. It's like it's all hypothetical. It's fine.
So you refusing to go in, Joey? Or are you going to be coerced?
He'll be coerced, but only if he can like leave an offering for whatever might be in this area.
Leave your fucking beef jerky. You'll be fine.
You do have an offering in your backpack. Some fresh island grown honey and some cream. If that's what you want to leave. You've also got a bunch of shiny things.
Like an obscene amount of carabiners.
Yes.
Would you like a carabiner, small fairy? You will. Oh my god. So he's gonna leave the honey, some cream, or some honey, some cream, a shiny carabiner clip, one of the brightest ones that's super flashy, and some of the beef jerky. Cover all
You
the
set all that
bases.
down. You're up to 2.5 dozen now between the two of you. The deputy is just circling the clearing, aiming the gun everywhere, but towards you. You step inside, Joey. And you step on something hard, but also squishy. And it moves. The whole clearing shifts. There's something very large. As if something very large is moving. Okay, not the whole clearing, but a massive section of it.
Apparently 2 people was its limit.
You guys didn't step on it. Yeah, Joey did.
But I left an offering.
Yes, but you still stepped on his leg. How very rude of you. You step. And something massive, making a creaking, clacking noise, starts pulling itself up as parts of the clearing collapse where it was underneath. The tree logs roll and give way, rotten logs crash. You haven't seen what it is yet, but it does cause hundreds, if not thousands, of those mushrooms to burst. There's nothing you can do about it. You all inhale. a massive variety of mushroom spores of all
Oh
types and kinds.
no. Oh no.
And immediately start to trip as you are now high as fuck and hallucinating. At least you must be, because the thing that pulls itself up from the ground is a massive deer head with a huge rack, skeletal, strips of flesh still rotting stuck to it, with the torso, arms, and legs of a humanoid being, but still covered in hooves, still covered in fur and rotting bits of flesh, with hooves for feet.
It's now covered
Missing-
in hooves.
Missing a missing thumbs, only 4 fingers. It is 13, 14 feet tall as it pulls itself up. Turns to face the group and roars. That's where we take our mid-show break. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, audience. Don't go anywhere. We'll see who lives. From break. And just in time for scary stuff to happen. Before we left on break, they'd finally found the motherload of mushrooms, and then Joey accidentally woke up some kind of rotting deer monster. So the anthropomorphic undead deer stands up, very angry it was woken up by being stepped on, and roars. This does happen, though, after you just inhaled about 50 varieties of mushroom spores. So is there really a deer monster? I don't know. It's up to you. 1 cold point each, +1.
My first cold point.
Now, everybody pick 1 weird side effect to kick in immediately because you're tripping and hallucinating. Joey has already picked that when Rosalinda talk, it's biscuit and vice versa. What's yours, Rosalinda?
Oh goodness. I've never done mushrooms before, so I don't know what's possible.
It's really not that trippy. This is all game.
Yeah, think
stuff.
LSD.
I've never done that either.
Think
You can
of-
literally see or hear anything when you're really tripping. Like it could be as mild as the grass changes colors to extreme as Smurfs show up and talk to you and then try to stab you.
Okay, yeah, I will just be severely hallucinating and checked out of reality.
What about the deputy?
I feel like I can taste the colors.
Brilliant. Emily?
Decided that the monster, to me, sounds like a kitten.
The loudest mule ever to Emily. Joey? Pass, fail, roll it.
Oh god.
Your number
Okay.
should now be 3, I believe.
What
A
if
full
I
4 or higher?
Oh, okay. I rolled exactly my cold points.
That is a fail. Do you keep it together? No. Joey screams and runs. Rosalinda, pass fail.
Five. So that's a pass.
You are rooted to the play in place, afraid but able to act on your own when I come back to you. Deputy, pass fail.
Fail.
Deputy turns and runs, but is like running, turning, and shooting, running, turning, and shooting at it. How about Emily? Pass fail.
Ah, fail.
Emily screams and runs from the terrifying kitten monster. Rosalinda, all your friends bolt in different directions, north, east, and west. What do you do?
I feel that as terribly as she's hallucinating, she like tries to follow all of them and like spins around in a circle a couple times. Like, guys,
Bring it.
wait, come back, and then trips over the dog leash that she has gotten herself tangled up in with her spinning.
I love it.
No, Biscuit, I won't.
Deputy, do you hit the monster? Pass fail. Roll it.
Pass.
Oh yes. You put is your gun a standard 9mm? Is that what you would like it to be?
Mhm.
Okay. So you expended 2 rounds, which left you with 16 plus the one in the chamber. You expend 6 more. They all hit their target. Just makes it mad. It chases you. Joey.
While it
Oh,
chases
go ahead.
me, oh,
Go ahead.
while it's chasing me, I throw my gun at it, and I just turn around and I haul ass.
Okay. uh, Joey, do you safely run? Pass fail. Roll it.
Oh boy, okay. Don't fail me, trans dice. Don't fail me. You failed me.
So everyone can picture Joey screaming as loudly as possible, running full speed into a tree. Straight knocks himself out for a second. Just wham, whump, out, gone. Deputy, do you manage to escape and evade being body checked by a monster? Pass fail.
Fail.
Oh, oh no. The monster comes barging towards you like a minotaur, puts its very impressive rack down. It hits you, sending you cartwheeling through the air where you hit a tree and are temporarily unconscious. Neither of you are wounded yet, though. We're saving that. Emily, do you run safely? Pass fail. Pass. Emily manages to not knock herself flat out, which means, Rosalinda, you untangle yourself. Joey's out. The deputy's out. Emily's running. The monster turns and looks at you and looks at Emily. What do you do?
Holy shit, Gargamel.
Giant Gargamel cackling. Do you still stay rooted in place or do you run? You're under control. Or a third option.
Uh so she's convinced this is some kind of cryptid and wants to study it further. I know this will probably get me killed.
Okay. So you're going to approach it.
Yes.
It stops and seems very confused by this and just watches you walk towards it. What do you do now?
I bring out my phone, or Rosalinda brings out her phone and starts taking pictures.
Rosalinda, pass fail. Is the flash off?
Oh, goodness. Oh, I rolled exactly a 2.
That is a fail. Must be above. The flash is on. You're like, click, click, flash, roar, slaps you. You go pinwheeling through the air and land in the middle of the mushroom pile, inhaling more spores.
Oh no.
Pick a second hallucination.
My cold points go up by 1, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Only
Oh.
if I decide to hurt you or you get terrified even more.
I think she's gonna get obsessed with this weird cryptid and trying
Okay.
to document it.
It takes off after Emily, and Rosalinda pulls herself up, grabs her dog, and takes off after the cryptid. Wait, I want to talk. Emily, you're in control of your faculties again. What do? It's coming after you.
Why is it coming after me? I'm not the one who freaking flashed it.
Because it knocked her down and leaving you as the only upright moving target. Which, by the way, maybe it can only see and track moving things?
Is there the direction that I'm running, that Emily is running, is there
Mhm.
like a fallen down tree that she could potentially slide behind and try to like pretend to be dead?
Yes.
Pass fail if I can get behind it successfully?
Pass fail to avoid harm.
Oh, fair. Fail.
So you slide behind the tree. The monster comes barreling after you at full speed, hits the fallen log. The log is basically the whole tree, and just explodes the tree down the middle. Which you're leaned against the tree. The log smacks you, spins you around, and smashes you into another tree, giving you a wound. 1 cold point. But the monster keeps going because you didn't actually move. Rosalinda, do you stop to check on Emily, who just got hit real hard?
I'm going to say no because of my second hallucination being obsessed with the cryptid thing.
Okay, you don't even notice Emily. You just haul ass after it, going, wait. It's
I
Joey.
must document you.
Do you have biscuit still?
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
this is
question.
probably when Biscuit just like fuck this, I'm out, and like starts running back to the truck.
Okay,
Okay.
because if not, Emily was gonna try to grab fucking Biscuit's leash away from Rosalinda.
Biscuit does run away, but may make a heroic return. We'll see. Joey, you're the first to regain consciousness. The deputy and Emily are still out. You have seen no sign of Rosalinda. You do see the deputy wrapped around a tree, unconscious. You do hear Emily moaning from somewhere close by, but not in line of sight.
Guys. Hey. Hello.
The yelling wakes you both up, or makes you come around enough to respond. You're both partially conscious.
Don't move.
For Joey and the deputy, you had the wind knocked out of you and you're bruised, but you're otherwise okay. For Emily, you broke some ribs. And there's like a piece of wood embedded in your hairline. Joey, Emily responds. Don't move.
Okay. Ow. Oh, my head. Can I hit my vape at least?
I think that thing can only sense like movement.
Did we
Emily
die?
tries to roll over and like get up.
You can. It just hurts.
She like has like her arm wrapped around herself, trying to like keep things together unsuccessfully.
Deputy, what do? You have regained consciousness.
Sugar bear?
Did you just
Yep,
did you
she
just
just called
call
you
me
Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear? God, I haven't heard that in years.
What
You must
happened?
really be hurt. I I'm going to go with the logical explanation of Joey pissed off a really big bear.
You all feel the side effects of hallucination, even if you've never done drugs or, gone under before or anything like that as your characters. Like you can tell vertigo, things are spinning a little, you don't feel great. There's like colors are super bright, sounds are sharper. So you recognize that the mushrooms did something to you, so you can try to rationalize away the monster as a bear if you would like.
That's 10,000% what I'm doing. Let's just. I don't know why Rosalinda went after it. Maybe she thinks it's hurt. Maybe she thinks you shot it. You shot it, I think.
I mean, I feel like she really did run like through the scene with her phone up, screaming, "I must document you, cryptid."
Yeah, Emily's ignoring that part to fit in her own narrative of this is totally just a bear.
Fair.
And yes, you did hit it 4 times, Deputy, and you know that, but it is small arms fire, and a bear could survive that. Especially like a
Okay.
grizzly or something.
Okay. Okay, that makes
So
sense. That makes sense.
let's regroup. I know the responsible thing to do is to go get Rosalinda, but I don't want to.
I mean, if she's choosing to chase bears, I think that's natural selection.
I'm just saying I think I broke something and probably staying here is not the best option.
Jojo?
Yes. I think I have a concussion.
Could head back to
Yeah,
the truck and hope Rosalinda comes out. Just, wait a minute.
Can I do I find a stick suitable enough to be a semi-crutch?
Yes. I will not make you roll for that.
I'm saving that roll then.
There is shattered wood everywhere.
Okay. Emily finds a suitable crutch to kind of like lean on to kind of keep herself as upright as possible.
So do you all decide to regroup at the truck, wait here, or head after Rosalinda?
How many mushrooms did I lose?
Your mushrooms are intact.
Cool.
You have 3 dozen.
Cool.
Then we hear Rosalinda barking.
Yes, because Rosalinda is biscuit in your hallucination.
Exactly.
We have 36 out of 48. I think that's good enough.
I'm with you, Sugar Bear.
We'll go back to the truck, see if Rosalinda pops out. If she doesn't, we can go back in.
Rest in peace.
Jojo
Shit.
Blue, do you agree with this plan?
Stone cold.
I said we could go back in.
I don't know. I don't feel right leaving Biscuit, Rosalind. Biscuit Linda.
Biscuit ran back to the fucking truck, Joey. Because even Biscuit knew Rosalinda was
Now
fucking
here-
crazy.
Sorry, Rachel, but this is what Joey picked for his hallucination. At that moment, you two hear Biscuit barking from the way out of the woods you came in from. Joey, you hear Rosalinda going, hey, 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 hey.
See? Biscuit's back at the truck.
No, Biscuit ran it. No, Rosalinda. Okay, look. The dog, Biscuit, has Rosalinda's spirit inside.
Hey.
And
Emily starts shambling with her fucking half crutch to back towards the truck with her fucking mushrooms.
I don't know which one I should rescue.
Hey. Hey, pet me.
Emily looks over at Abigail. Do you have any more surprises in that duffel bag?
A riot shotgun would kill a bear.
I have enough toys in here. You can call me Santa.
Do you have any that I can use one-handed?
There are more handguns.
I can give you a handgun.
Why don't you carry a harpoon on you?
What the fuck
Wouldn't
am
fit
I,
in the truck.
Ahab?
Yeah.
This isn't
No,
the
wait,
fucking
Ishmael.
Moby Dick.
Yeah, but you're a fisher.
I don't have a
woman.
crazy vendetta against a mythical creature.
No, but I'm pretty sure you had a grouper that broke a fishing rod last year.
It was a fucking grouper. Of course it broke my fishing rod.
So yeah, you're supposed to go after it with a harpoon.
No, I'm not. Emily would take the handgun and kind of like stash it in her like upper pants area so it's easy to grab as she like hobbles continually towards the barking biscuit.
Jojo Bean, which way do you go?
Oh God. Look, knowing what I know, I can't leave her alone in the woods. I have to go rescue Biscuit.
Joey. Well, first let's hear what Emily doesn't want to forget.
I don't want to ask this question because I actually don't want to know the answer to it, but I have to. It's Rosalinda's truck. Does Rosalinda have the keys?
Oh,
Or did she
you
leave
know,
the truck?
I feel like that should be a roll.
If you pass, yes, you have the keys.
Okay. My cold points are 2. And I rolled a 4.
Yes, but Emily doesn't know that yet.
Yes, I know. I'm just preparing myself.
So Jojo Bean, you're going to go into the woods after Rosalinda. Maybe you know
Yes.
something useful you can remember about the history of the island that might help here, pass fail.
Yes. Okay. Yes, the trans dice have allowed me.
Have they? Excellent. You have heard tell of things like this. It could fit several myths. But the one thing they all have in common is the right concoction of natural plant life burned in a circle around the creature might weaken it or put it back to rest. But it would have to be holding still and not trying to smash your face in.
It seems
However,
like a really
that
tall
information
order.
that information could save someone's life, you may fulfill and scratch out one of your plot hooks and remove 1 cold point.
Sweet.
And you are carrying the correct concoction of natural plant life that you could tie together with string and burn.
Excellent. Before the deputy and Emily run off to the truck, he's gonna be like, look, I know how to handle this. I have to get these herbs and burn them, circle, but I would need some help because I have to make sure that this thing isn't trying to kill me while we're doing this.
How do I put this politely? No.
Oh, that was pretty polite, actually. I don't understand why you had to say that.
I was gonna add a lot more colorful adjectives.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, you did really good on the execution. It's
I think I'm in too much pain to put that much effort into multiple syllables right now.
So Jojo Buns, do you head back in alone?
against his better judgment, yes.
Hey
Deputy Adam-
Jojo,
Go ahead.
what do you want on your tombstone?
Mushrooms and olives.
I
Um,
died of history and mystery.
you know, like I don't know, bury me with my vape pen and spare juice and Starbucks and I don't know, like paint the tombstone black. And if you could put a couple skulls on it, like I'd be okay with that. Please put like a little, like paste
Okay.
gay stickers all over it, please.
So no, I'm
And
gonna put it like, as a historian, I died as I lived with dust. Yeah, okay, I got
no,
it.
that's not no that
Yeah,
no
yeah, your
that
dusty old
that's
fucking
not
books.
no
Emily also at this
I
point
dust
rummages
them.
through her first aid kit and takes like 6 ibuprofen.
Hey. So, Deputy Adams and Emily, you make it out of the woods and see Rosalinda's truck on its side, covered in slash marks, glass broken, tires wrecked,
Oh
fluids
shit.
leaking everywhere,
Oh.
and a very, very scared dog cowering beside it, unhurt. But that dog saw some shit.
What about Joey's Vespa?
You don't even see the Vespa.
It's probably in the ocean. It
There's
probably
a
just
there-
got
I
like
was gonna say it's in a
batted out
tree.
There's a
fucking
jet.
nowhere.
There's a jet black bumper. That's it,
It ate it.
with a gay pride sticker on.
Uh, well,
And you've lost time. It is hours later on Friday, and the tide has come in. And when the tide comes in, it washes out the dirt road leading back to the island. And I don't just mean like a few inches of water, I mean feet. There's no hoofing it back. Like the sandbar is lost during high tide. Also, that means the deputy and Emily gain a cold point because you just lost 6 hours.
I'm just. Are you trying to murder me?
I mean, you could plot hook. You could also find something that would calm your
There's
mind.
nothing to plot hook.
You could also find something that would calm your mind. Hint: scritches. Puppy scritches always calm the mind.
So that's not where I thought you were gonna go, because I'm stuck here with my ex-girlfriend. So I thought you were gonna tell me to snog her.
That would happen in a horror movie too and would be allowed. But that also means you die first. So You win some, you lose some.
Emily actually, she rummages through the wrecked car. And she wants to see if Rosalinda's truck was equipped with one of those like redonkulous shouldn't exist like high powered flashlights that like usually like rangers and stuff have on their trucks to like locate things at night.
Rosalinda, that's your truck. Pass fail.
Oh, goodness. Fortunately, I'm still holding steady at 2 cold points. But I'm pretty sure not for
Not
much
for long.
longer. 3!
It does.
Okay. She sets it up on top of the truck, facing towards what would be the dock area.
Mhm.
And she like spends about 5 minutes just Morse coding the light to SOS to see if anybody at the dock would like see it and maybe eventually come and get us.
Flashing lights in return. Dot 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 N. Dot dot dash dot dot O. Dot dot dash dot dot P. I'm kidding. Okay. You hope you alert rescuers. You are unsure.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure she knows Morse code and that shenanigans from the sea. So can my knowledge of the sea be turned in?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
allow that. You may remove a cold point.
Thank goodness gracious. Having 5 was not fun. Okay. Does Abigail do anything to try to calm her mind while Emily's trying to signal help?
She is sitting Indian style on the ground with her arms folded, thinking to herself, "This is some bullshit."
Fair.
But she has the
Rosalind.
shotgun next to her just in case something wants to fuck around and find out.
Rosalinda.
Oh no.
You chase the monster. You chase the monster for what only feels like a few minutes, but then you break out into a clearing where the canopy fades and it's dark of night. It should only be like 1 p.m. Take a cold point.
Okay. Am I still tripping?
You don't feel right, but you feel less wrong.
Okay.
Um, you following? Because why would you stop? You're still hallucinating. The creature moves towards the shoreline, not where you came from, sadly. After what you guess is a mile or two. And ducks into a cave system. Normally that'd be a big fat nope. What does Rosalinda do?
I feel like the mushrooms have overridden any survival instinct I have.
Okay.
Like, Deputy Adams is not wrong. Like, natural selection's about to happen here.
Rosalinda ducks into the caves. Joey, you've been trying to catch up to Rosalinda. You eventually hit that clearing too. Take your cold point for realizing you've lost half a day.
Cool. Okay.
And just see her entering the woods on the other side of the big clearing.
I look around, see if there's a big stick, and I snap it. Try and get her attention with that.
Doesn't work. Do you continue to give chase?
Yeah.
You follow for what must be a few miles until you pop towards another clearing where you're approaching the eastern shoreline of this part of the island. Or you would be if you went far enough. And a network of caves appears in the marshy ground. You see Rosalind duck into the biggest one, absorbed by blackness.
Aw, dang it.
Come on an adventure with me, Joey.
That wasn't creepy at all.
Oh, really? I've got to try harder then.
That was- oh, he slinks along and follows.
Okay. You start choking. You're really fucking thirsty.
Do you have a reusable water bottle?
A really weird
Um,
taste in your mouth too.
Yeah. I will sip my water.
The water lets you really get some of the phlegm out and you cough. Sport dust comes out. The strange taste gets more intense.
I drink more water.
This goes on for a good 5 minutes. You feel better now. But you're still congested like hay fever. And now that weird taste is gone, but it's a weird smell that's inside your nose. Also, there's like a weird pressure in the back of your sinus cavities and it's itchy.
Oh God. I'm reminded of the insects that can get infected with fungus and it grows out of them after turning them into zombie bugs.
Maybe, as long as it's not spider. You could head into the caves.
Yeah,
Come on an adventure with me, Joey.
that was much creepier. Okay. Okay. He's gonna go in the cave.
Joey disappears into the darkened cave. Emily and Deputy Adams. About the time that Emily gets done sending the Morse code for the 5th time, you got to cycle it to make sure it's seen. You both have the same weird hacking fit, and after drinking water, the weird taste assaults you until you cough out spores and begin to feel the strange pressure and itching sensation in the back of your sinus cavity. Sure, it's fine.
No, it's not fine.
I will stop here and make sure all 4 of you are comfortable with potentially extreme body horror. If not, let me know now and it won't happen to you. All
Freak
right.
me
here we go.
out.
So, Morse code's been sent. It's pretty dark now. What are you going to do with the 2 of you? And the dog, who is
So
curled up in the deputy's lap.
So Emily puts the basket of mushrooms that she's collected, that they have collected, 36 of them, in a basket in front of the truck. She writes a little note that says, "If you find these and not us, fuck you." Folds it up and puts it in the basket.
Do you sign it?
Yes.
Do you sign it for all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to be an asshole. I was going to write a PS note to the vicar, but I decided against it. So She looks over at Abigail. Well, the smart thing to do would be to probably stay out here until daylight. But we already see what happened to these fucking cars, so. And Rosalinda and Joey haven't come back.
We need to find shelter somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. Before we get going again, she like gets the rest of the first aid kit out of her bag.
Okay.
Will you help wrap my chest? She says very awkwardly, like pulls out like an ace bandage.
Welcome, Devil's Luck Gaming. Thanks for the raid. Deputy, you do know some first aid. You are a deputy. Are you effective? Pass, fail, roll it. Nope, didn't pick that up.
Yes.
Perfect. You may remove 1 cold point, Emily, as your wounds are bound. And Deputy, that fulfills your help Emily condition for one of your plot hooks. You may remove 1 cold point. And scratch that plot hook off.
Okay. So she pulls back down her shirt over the ace bandage now and packs everything back up. She still has like her makeshift walking something. And puts on her headlamp that she had brought. She's not going to turn it on unless she like really needs it because she doesn't want to exactly make herself a target. So, Abigail, should you lead the way or me?
I'll lead the way. She has the shotgun right in front of her. Just all right, make some noise if you want to.
Okay. You head back into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Winterwood envelops the 4 of you once again. So, let's move to the cave. Rosalinda, are you trying to be quiet in this super dark cave?
She's not super she's not trying to make a lot of noise, and she's not trying to not make a lot of noise, so she's just, I guess, a normal noise.
So you don't cover it up when you start hacking like everyone else already has. Like you want that shit out of your lungs. So you just
Yeah.
do what you need to do to get the spores out, swallow the water, get the weird
Yeah.
pressure and internal itch. Red eyes in 3 sets slowly pop into the darkness. And behind you,
How
Jojo
big?
Bean says, shit. How big? Well, if they're upright, they're at eye level. It's really dark in here. They could be on ledges.
Okay. I'd probably assume they're bats.
And Joey behind you says, shit. You jump. Joey's behind you.
Holy shit.
Your voice echoes, and the bats, screeching, fly out of the cave, followed by a whole lot more. They're whapping into you. They're flying around you. The ones that are scared are whapping into you. The ones that aren't are easily dodging you. There's
Oh,
like a lot of
shit.
them.
So I immediately like pull Joey to the floor
Okay.
and cover as much of like our exposed skin with my jacket as I possibly can. Even though, I mean, if we survive this, we're definitely getting the rabies prophylaxis.
I think I'm gonna need more than rabies shot. I'm
Now,
coughing
for
up spores.
the raid that just entered will once again give the extreme body horror warning to them. You hit the ground, Joey, and your arm scrapes across the stone floor, sloughing off skin, leaving behind just raw muscle and budding mushrooms. Or some kind of fungus.
Ah.
It doesn't hurt at all.
Oh, not ow, not
It itches though.
he's just scratching.
Rosalinda,
Scratching.
Joey itches at raw muscle.
Like shroomy muscle, right?
Yes, please take a cold point. The noise, the smell, the sight. Oh no.
You're becoming the cryptid. I must document you.
Starts taking pictures.
What? No, I need to go to a hospital.
Click flash.
Oh,
Ow.
Flash.
Don't
Click
flash me.
flash. Click flash. And then the noise of large things moving deeper in the cave.
oh yeah, we should. Yeah. Shit. What's wrong with your arms?
I think it was something to do with the spores we inhaled.
I have a basic first aid kit with me, and I would like, this is gonna hurt, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna spray the exposed wounds with Bactine
Cover it.
and then bandage.
Pass fail.
One.
So you may still remove your cold point for filling your your medical knowledge to help someone and scratch that plot hook off. But Joey actually sloughs off even more skin. Take another cold point. However, she removed a cold point, so net 0. But more of your muscle is exposed now. It's basically your whole arm. You're looking down, you're like, well, that's weird. Is the roots question mark? You don't know a lot about mushrooms. Move and spread visibly like little worms.
Joey's gonna start picking at them.
They writhe and resist when you try to pull them out. The noise of the big thing moving around quiets down because Rosalinda has stopped using the flash at this point.
I think I need antibiotics.
Bactine.
It's just spraying you down with it now.
Yes.
It does not resist.
Should I roll to see if it's Bactine or Bear Mace?
Sure. Is it bear mace? Yes, no, pass, fail.
My cold points are currently at a 3, so this is going to be fun.
Jesus, Rachel.
What? 5. It is not Bear Mace.
It is not bear mace. I'm sorry. Is
You're-
it Bactine? Yes, no. Yes, it's Bactine.
You're the kid who said, teacher, didn't we have homework?
Does make you sneeze though, Joey, and a tooth flies out.
Aw. Well, now I can make some jewelry out of it, I guess.
Oh, it's gone.
Rude.
Do you just kind of sit there for a while examining your condition, or do you decide to keep heading deeper in? The hallucination is passing now for all of you. Like you're beginning to come back to normal, but you're very sick and you all know it.
We
Oh God. Oh, we need to go to the hospital.
yeah.
Like I try and call 911 on my phone and like it clearly
No
doesn't
signal.
work.
Yep. But you try. It does, however, put your phone into emergency mode. Until the call completes, you can't do anything.
Oh no.
Deputy Adams and Emily, you're moving through the woods. Who's leading, the deputy or Emily?
The deputy.
Mhm.
Deputy, do you manage to have enough tracking skills to follow their trail? Pass, fail.
Fail.
Okay. You are unable to pick up their trail. You, after about 30 minutes, you realize, shit, now what do we do?
We aren't getting anywhere.
I mean, I know how to find the best fishing spots, not how to find people in a fucking spooky ass forest.
I mean, should we just turn around and go back the way we came?
Can we even go back the way we came? We've kind of been wandering around the woods.
Can you help navigate, Emily? Pass, fail. Yes, no.
Fail.
You can't smell the sea salt. You're too deep in the woods. You don't know which way the ocean is, so no.
I have no idea where we are, Abigail. I don't even know which way is back to town.
Abigail, were you smart enough to leave a trail? Pass, fail.
Fail.
Nope, you were busy being distracted by the horrible itching. Both of you, if you've been scratching at the horrible itching just in various places, the skin is starting to flake off like bad dermatitis or something. Also, there's a weird smell to both of you.
Why did she have to have shiitake mushrooms from this goddamn forest? Why couldn't we have just gone to the damn mainland and bought shiitake mushrooms from the fucking grocery store like a normal person?
Why
Excellent
didn't
question.
anybody ask that question when we were there?
I don't know, fucking traditions in this damn hokey island. You didn't think about it either.
Well, yeah, because you decided to breeze into town and just like completely mind screw me.
Ah. Oh yeah, Abigail, I'm sorry. My father died and I came back to town to fucking take over his business. Sorry I didn't tell you.
Do either of you emote with your hands when you're arguing?
Yeah.
Deputy?
Yes.
You're both really getting into it now, like the ex-lovers you are, and you're flailing your arms around, and you both brush up against something, sloughing skin off that arm, revealing the muscle and the mushroom writhing base.
You see
That's
that
coming off
too,
of
right?
us.
Yeah, the
That's
skin on your arm just slides off like being degloved, revealing raw muscle and like tendrils of mushroom root, which looks like writhing worms as it spreads across your insides.
Are we still high?
You can choose to answer this however you want to rationalize it, but you don't feel high. And
I
also, that doesn't hurt.
don't think so. Uh, uh.
Uh, uh-uh, 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 uh-uh.
Nope.
I
I
pull my
looked through
sleeve back
the
down and cover it. I don't want to see it.
You can hide it, yes.
I am going to pretend that I'm not turning into a crazy mushroom being. Okay, let's just not bicker and try to find where the fuck Joey and Rosalinda went.
What were you going to say, Deputy?
I, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was something stupid, but
Okay.
yeah, that seems like a good plan.
Do you actually notice something really fucking weird? You can both roll pass fail.
Pass.
Pass.
You both notice as you pull your sleeves down across the sticky mass that the tendrils are all writhing in the same direction. And when you move your arm, it moves. Like it's reaching for something that isn't there in a specific direction. And it's the same for both of you, the same direction.
Emily puts out her arm and uses it like a goddamn compass. She's like, this is the only lead I have. So I'm going to go with it. Because otherwise, we're just going to keep walking around in circles.
And
You
I will
follow.
follow with shotgun in hand.
You follow the mycophilia inside your bodies to the cave, where you come across Joey just staring at his pile of muscle and goo and shrooms, while Rosalinda is taking pictures with the flash off finally and writing notes. Looks like they've been here a while.
And Joey is
Emily-
reeking of Bactine.
Emily comes up and attempts to roll down Joey's sleeve over the fucking mushroom arm.
Wait, no, I'm not done yet.
It's really sticky. The sleeve gets caught. Like honey.
Okay. So why are you studying him?
He's becoming a cryptid.
So are you probably. Have you checked?
Oh, Jesus, do you think?
I instantly regret saying that.
Here comes the question for Rosalinda, but it's really for Rachel. On that realization, do you go digging for more?
I mean, that seems like the normal human impulse to do.
You could peel yourself apart and examine yourself anywhere you want as you just strip the flesh off. Big sticky piles.
She's going to be methodical about it. Because having had a medical education, like she knows about like the different layers of skin and muscle. So she's just gonna like gently peel off the dermis and take notes.
Where do you start? Thighs, arms? Obviously something you can easily look at.
Yeah, I think thigh.
What do the rest of you do while this is happening?
Well, Emily instantly regretted asking that question to Rosalinda. Can we just not be all consumed by mushrooms and like get back to civilization? Oh, by the way, your car is destroyed and Joey, your Vespa doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I just bought that thing. Oh,
Rosalinda is very intent taking notes, like, yeah, oh wow, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Joey. Oh my god. I'm gonna need some antifungals.
You all notice the tendrils on all of you are again pointing in a specific direction, deeper into the cave. Also, you all feel decidedly better as a group, but you're still missing one more piece of yourselves.
I bet the alpha cryptid is that way.
Alpha cryptid.
I feel like this is like Arc, and there's like an Alpha Carno, and this is dumb. This is probably what scared the shit out of my dad like 20 years ago. But whatever. 15 years ago even. If we make it out of this alive, I'm telling that goddamn Biddy that she can buy her shiitake mushrooms at a grocery store like a normal fucking person.
Yeah.
But also, if we get out of this, we just might be, you know, mushroom people and die anyway. So
That is just so metal.
no, it's not, Joey.
Rosalinda has decided she wants to find the alpha cryptid, and so just starts wandering in the direction that the cilia are pointing.
Glorious.
Wait, no, don't go alone.
Disappears into the darkness.
Follows.
Okay. Deputy Emily.
Ugh. We needed shelter regardless because there are other things in this forest. So might as well stick together, you know, if nothing else to, you know, throw other people at monsters.
Should I just shoot them? Sugar Bear, and we just get the hell out of here.
I don't know.
I love how stone cold your character is.
Reminds me of a certain heist burglar in a certain Delta Green one shot. But anyway. Lone survivor.
So I guess she follows right along with them.
Oh.
Okay. So you head deeper in. So, Rosalinda, you're in the lead. You make it deeper in. The cave is a spiral. That's weird. Like an unnaturally perfect spiral moving inwards and downwards. When you finally reach the center, it's a big open cavernous space with perfectly concentric walls, smooth. But there's no chip marks, no carving marks, as if it grew this way. In the center of it is a circle covered in runes and writing you don't recognize. And in the center of that circle is the deer thing, sitting cross-legged, arms out, palms open. Massive bone wings furled behind it. Unmoving.
I think Rosalind just stops short and is very unsure what to do next.
Joey. You stumble into the same room a few minutes later. Rosalinda is frozen in shock and see the same thing.
Oh, good.
It's not looking at you or her. It's just like it's a statue now. Petrified bone.
That's so weird.
And you
I
both
want to
realize.
touch it.
You both okay. You both really so you move up there and touch it.
I would like to
Yes.
touch it with Joey.
Brilliant. Pass, fail, both of you. +1 cold point each before you roll.
+1 cold point before we roll. Bad idea, boss. Boarding now. Fail.
I just want to explain how I failed. It rolled equal to my brand new cold points.
Love it. You both touch it. An explosion of whispering enters your heads and washes everything out, leaving just exquisite emptiness behind that is rapidly filled, because you can't have a void. Nature abhors a vacuum. With something else. And you both just step back from the creature, turn around, face the entrance, and sit down cross-legged. Hold your arms out. You both now have cold points of 6 and are NPCs.
Yay. We're
Deputy
the
Adams.
cryptids now.
Deputy Adams and Emily, you finally stumble into the room and you see that.
Mm-mm,
Nah, I'm
mm-mm.
good.
No, no, fuck that. I do my Scooby Doo little run, and I'm turning around. I'm about to head the other way.
Okay.
Damn that.
No, Abigail, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Give me your fucking duffel bag.
Here.
Emily starts rummaging through the duffel bag because obviously she thinks if the sheriff thought to give Abigail this fucking duffel bag full of a goddamn personal arsenal, that it has to have something good in here.
Did you drop the shotgun when you ran, Deputy?
Mm-mm.
No,
Okay.
she has something good.
Yes, there is a modified semi-automatic rifle in here. The best weapon is running away with the deputy.
Oh no, I wanted grenades, but there's no grenades in here.
Oh, no, there's no grenades, but pass fail.
Pass.
Dynamite.
Cool. I'm going to
1 3-pack stick.
Okay. I am going to then follow Abigail out. But as I'm following Abigail out, I want to find a weak spot in the cave system to collapse it.
Okay. Pass fail.
Fail.
Okay.
I double failed. My lipstick just fell apart. Anyway.
Oh no. Deputy. You race out of the cave system. Your ex is behind you, but not close enough to actually keep up with you. And you're looking behind you like, hurry up, we're getting out. And as you stumble out back into the twilight, Rosalinda's right in front of you.
I shoot her.
Pass fail.
Pass.
Nice. And the second pass fail for your own dodge.
Pass.
Oh, nice. Rosalinda is suddenly in front of you. And you just whip up the shotgun and remove where her head was. The tendrils whip out of the hole and start trying to reform some kind of head as the body stumbles around.
Eat this gift for me.
And that's when you realize Joey's right behind you, silently coming at the base of your skull with a knife, and you roll the hell out of the way. What do you do?
Oh, I try to shoot him too.
Pass fail.
You going right the way of old Jelly. Pass.
You blow a hole through the midsection of Joey. You can actually see through where the spinal cord used to be, but then the tendrils connect and reform the spinal cord, and Joey flops for a minute but doesn't fall over. That's when the whole cave explodes. Pass fail for Emily and the deputy.
Pass.
Fail.
Okay. Take one more cold point, deputy. What's that put you at?
4.
Nice. Flying debris hits you, lacerating you pretty badly, knocking the shotgun out of your hand. Emily, you come rolling out just in time to see reforming Joey and headless Rosalinda both descending on your ex, who's desperately scrambling for the shotgun that's just out of reach.
I have the semi-automatic.
Pass fail.
I'm trying to protect Abigail from a violent act. Can I lower my cold points?
Not till after you resolve the roll. What'd you get?
And fine, I fail.
Okay, you manage to knock the headless Rosalinda out of the way, who trips and falls out of sight because you're still on the incline of the cave, leaving only Joey. That's the fail. You can remove your cold point, though. And that's when you and the deputy hear a roar and the thunderous beating of wings.
Wings? This damn thing has wings now?
That was revealed when you found it in the cave, yes.
Now, while I wasn't fucking paying attention, Joey and Rosalinda were being creepy as fuck, and I said, hell no.
They're skeletal, but they're still winged.
Also, I exploded the cave. It should be, stuck.
It should. And it is. You and the deputy have a moment to try to deal with Joey.
Cool.
Either of you can take an action.
I'm gonna shoot at Joey again with this newfangled weapon. Pass.
Sorry. Okay, Joey tumbles out of sight as well. Deputy, what do you do?
Are there any big rocks or anything close
Plenty
by?
now that the cave exploded.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pick one up and bash, just smash Joey so nothing reforms.
Pass fail.
If it equals the number, is that a pass or a
That
fail?
is a fail.
I failed.
Okay. You find the rock and you begin beating Joey, but he's reforming faster than you can beat. Back to Emily. The roar and beating wings continue, and the whole cave pile is shifting. You just both have a gut instinct. I'll give you this at this point because we're nearing the end. That if you don't destroy them and the creature, you're not safe to return to town. So you either destroy all 4 of yourselves or the 2 of them and the creature. You don't know how to do that. Although Emily would remember the comment about the herbs in the circle. Of course, when it was holding perfectly still, they woke it up. So you'd have to get it to hold still again.
While Abigail is beating the absolute crap out of Joey's former body, she's going to like rip his bag off of his body.
Okay.
And
I
then
won't make
she's
you roll for
gonna.
that part.
I do or I don't.
You do not.
Okay. She's also gonna remember the crucifix that the vicar gave her. And she's gonna, because she just threw it in her pocket and fucking forgot about it. So she's pulling it out of her pocket.
Pass, fail. I'll tell you why after you roll.
Pass.
Yes, it is the infected hand you use. The burning sensation is intense, and there is agonizing, scream-worthy pain as all of the tendrils retreat, leaving pockmarked, torn muscle that suddenly you can feel from the silver, not from the cross, from the silver.
Then Emily rushes over to Abigail and like palm first, like just shoves the crucifix into Joey's chest.
The body makes kind of a screaming noise, but could also be akin to the hissing release of steam at high pressure. And the body just collapses dead as the spores disappear into the dirt. Just evacuate the body, just leaving a wrecked pile of muscle and blood and awful.
Cool. She looks at Abigail like, well, that was interesting. Also sorry. And she touches it to Abigail's arm.
Pass, fail.
For me or for Abigail?
You're the attacker. You get to roll.
Pass.
Abigail flinches because the mycophile inside tries to make her flinch, but you grab a hold of her, and what part of her body do you put it on?
The exposed, like wherever we both scratched our arms.
Okay. Abigail, take +1 cold point, as that arm is now ruined and useless as the infection evacuates your body. Through all and any orifice, violently. You also have a hard time seeing clearly now and hearing anything, because all orifices.
I said I was sorry. Does Emily think that her and Abigail would be safe to go home?
You haven't cleansed yourself yet. You just made it retreat from your arm.
Oh, I thought I did cleanse myself. Well, we both can't be blind and useless right now. So
Almost had you.
I'm going, what?
Almost had you.
Yeah, we both can't be blind and deaf at the same time. So Emily is going to withhold from cleansing herself. And like she kind of like helps Abigail up, and she's like, from like the bloody ears, you probably can't hear me, but I'm sorry. But now you're clean. And now she's on the lookout for Rosalinda.
You can hear that, but it's like explosion ears. Everything's muffled, or rock concert ears. That's when the creature bursts out of the rubble and roars and locks eyes with Emily, who's still infected. Pass, fail.
Pass.
You lock in place, refusing to give control to the monster. Deputy, it's clearly trying to use your ex against you. And the mycophile, mycolid, I want to say Lucinda, but that's not the name of the character.
Rosalinda.
Rosalinda stands
I
up.
changed it
with
in Zoom to Michael.
It's okay. With a mushroom head now. The monster is trying to control your ex. The Michaelinda is moving towards you as a complete monster now. The shotgun is in hand's reach. What do you do?
I'm gonna try my best to shoot her.
Shoot Michaelinda or the monster?
Yes.
Pass,
Michaelinda.
fail.
I fail.
Okay.
And that puts me at 6.
No, you don't automatically get a point because you failed. You just
Oh,
miss.
okay.
Your shot goes wide. But then you realize this monster is trying to control your ex. If you attempt to save her, you can remove a cold point because that's your other plot hook.
She already did.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you used it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We both used it. We both used ours. Because we removed a cold point when she gave me
Yep.
first aid.
You realize, Deputy, you destroying the monster is the only way you survive this. As Mycolinda bears down on you.
Mm. And I am blind and deaf at this point, right?
You have a hard time seeing and you can't hear well because mushrooms came out of came out of your ears and eyes, your tear
Mhm.
duct. But you have enough presence of mind to realize it's the silver that did the damage. It's a shotgun. Jam the crucifix in the barrel and shoot the monster.
I surely will.
Pass, fail. This is not to hit or miss. This is to save your extra, not.
Pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was lucky.
The shot hits the monster before the monster has time to force the shrooms to make their way into Emily's brain, where there is no staving them. The shot with the silver in it hits the monster right in the throat, which doesn't make the creature roar or thrash or explode or fall apart. It makes it immediately in midair return to crisscross applesauce, arms out, wings unfurled, and collapse to the ground, absolutely petrified, like inert stone, with blasted bits of silver embedded in its throat. Emily, you have control again.
What is Mycolinda doing?
Mycolinda collapses dead.
Cool. I rummage through. I'm just looked at Joey's new name in chat. She rummages through Joey's bag, looking through what he described, like that fucking like herb bundle.
It's there.
And like places it. It had to be in a circle around it, right?
It did. Maybe drag the thing back into its original circle. It blew its way out of the cave.
This thing is 14 feet tall. How the fuck am I dragging it back into? Also, I'm not touching that damn thing.
Oh, almost had you again. You gonna make a circle around it?
Yes.
So close. Okay.
She like takes her like crutch and draws a circle around this blasted thing. And lights it.
Lights the herb bundle, yeah. Deputy and Emily, pass fail one more time. Only one of you has to succeed.
Ah! Where did I threw my dice? Pass.
Fail.
The deputy collapses from pain and shock, unconscious, trying to help. It's too much adrenaline, too much pain, too much damage. Emily, you manage to make a complete circuit with the herbs. And the creature collapses into bone dust and dead mushrooms. And then you scream in agony as the mushrooms begin to evacuate your body. Take one more cold point. What's that put you at?
3.
Oh.
You can't have me.
You collapse unconscious. And the camera fades out to several hours later the next morning. People came to look for you, found your note, went looking anyways. Found both of you unconscious in the woods, pulled you out. You are ferried via helicopter to the mainland to the ER. And the camera shows both of you in intensive care, full of tubes and vials and monitors. Overnight cold exposure in the woods, extreme damage to your body, to the muscle tissue, shock, the
Broken
evacuation damage, broken ribs.
ribs.
But you're alive and breathing and side by side in beds. And as the camera fades and the credits start to roll, it just shows your arms reaching for each other and touching. And it's unclear because it's fading to black and white camera for credits which arm it is. A little tendril rise underneath the skin of one of them. And that's where our tale ends. And that, unless they're still running closing ceremonies, ends Gehenna Gaming Virtual HorrorCon 2022. We hope you all here watching us had a good time and loved our body horror story. We hope you enjoyed all the other awesome panels and shows that were a part of HorrorCon, Virtual HorrorCon 2022. We did. They were awesome. You can check us out specifically on the replays with Rachel running Call of Cthulhu, St. Mormo's Home for Wayward Children. We did that Friday. Me running Cult Divinity Lost, where the lone survivor is trapped in purgatory from last night. And of course, Mycophile, where I didn't quite get everyone. Next time, one more time, awesome players, let everyone know who you are and where you can be found, where they can check you out doing other cool things. Jolizer, you're first.
Hey, everybody. I have been Joey, and then Fertilizer, and then Fertilizer. I am now Ambrose. You can find me all over the internet as AmChangeling because it me, AmChangeling. You can also find me on Etsy at Thornkind, and you can find me playing again Sunday evening. No, tonight's Sunday. Wow, okay. Friday evening on Vorpal Tales, 7 p.m. for Curse of Sonia, which is Strahd Genderbent,
That
and
would be Monday evening.
that's what I said. Did I not say that? I
Said
said
Friday.
that. What? Ah,
You play Friday too.
I do. But the soonest is Monday. And then at 11 p.m. Delta Green. Vorpal Tales.
Michael Lind.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I was playing Rosalinda and then Michael Linda. You can find me at Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere on the internet, including Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. You will find me over on Vorpal Tales tomorrow playing Delta Green. It's a lot of fun. It's a great cast. It's a really talented GM. So much fun. We will also be doing part 2 of character creation for Traveler on Friday, which also great cast, also great GM. Yeah. Come follow me. I do cool shit.
Deputy Adam.
Hi, everybody. Kitty Kimchi here. And tonight I was Deputy Abigail Adams. And you can find me all over the place. Follow me on Twitter at Yep She's Blasian.
And Emily Porter.
Hey, I am Savannah. You can find me online as MissMissEmoFox. No matter how hard the storyteller tried to get me to make stupid
Tried a lot.
mistakes, I succeeded. But you can find me as a regular on Vorpal Tales, playing 7 shows a week over there. Something crazy like that. You can also find me coming up this week for the People's Ascension on Twitch. They are doing a month-long charity drive for abortion and reproductive rights. So I'm doing a charity on Wednesday at 6 Eastern, playing Alchemical Romance.
And I am Tyler. Eldritch Echoes Online. You can find me tomorrow running Curse of Strahd Genderbent. Tuesday running Coriolis, the Third Horizon, Mercy of the Icons. Thursday running Dark Sun in 5th edition. Friday, not anything. And Sunday running Hunter, Character Creation, Hunter 5th edition, Roadhouse Blues. Also kind of on an island. Should be interesting. I don't think there'll be mushrooms though, but there'll be weird, creepy shit. Come check us out. You can also find me occasionally on Big Dad Industries and sometimes on various podcasts talking about Mage of the Ascension, most recently this Wednesday on Onyx Path Publishing. We hope you enjoyed Gehenna Gaming Virtual HorrorCon 2022, and we hope to see you next year. It was awesome. Everyone, stay spooky. Good night.